Well, hey, looks like we're here. Looks like we're here. Looks like we're ready. Looks like we're ready. Oh, I didn't know that was there. Oh, well, wonderful. That was hiding. I'm glad I found it. Hi there, everybody. Good morning. It's Wednesday. It's cold. It's FOMC day. FOMC day. Let's get a smaller time frame here. Can see what SPX is doing in the morning. You can look over here to the right and see ES, what it is doing. ES and SPX 500 are pretty much doing the same thing. ES is on a different time frame. I can change it to 15. So we can see what these two things, there's a lot of indicators running on that second screen there. On the first screen is just regular SPX 500. I'm going to turn it to just one screen so that way nobody gets confused. Like, what is going on over there? I don't want anybody wondering what is happening. What's happening? What is happening? Okay. Good morning, Tanya. Hey, Ward. How y'all doing? Good morning to everyone. Good morning to everyone. It's Wednesday, January the 28th. Morning, Wednesday, January the 28th. Oh, bring the microphone. That way I don't feel like I'm screaming and you don't feel like I'm so far away, even though I always feel like I'm kind of loud. Y'all ever feel like that? Y'all can be honest. Like, yeah, you are loud. You are a little loud. And then when I get into my office, when I'm on my headset and the microphone's like right here, I have to like talk with my, like I have to peter back my voice. It feels uncomfortable. Then when I get loud, it's like, wait, the microphone is too close. You do it too much. No, wait. So anyway, I love y'all. I know y'all love me. So y'all just let me be me. I know y'all just let me be me. All right. So I'm a little bit late this morning, but we're here. Yesterday was a good day. Basically, SPX, it did its thing in the morning, but then it chilled out the rest of the day. Let me get us to a different time frame so we don't have so much data on the screen. But I did my trade of the day video yesterday. So these are the remnants of my screen when I did my trade of the day video. So I'm gonna get these little things off, but I could have left them there because that would have told you what I did, but you can watch the video because I did a video. Hopefully you'll go watch it. Okay. But this is there we go. Let me see what else need to be turned it off so it's not too. There we go. So yesterday what happened was yesterday SPX opened. There was a gap up opening yesterday. I had a 1 DTE trade. Yesterday, SPX gapped up from here to, it actually gapped up and opened up here where you see the blue. This blue box represents the gap. It gapped up yesterday morning from the open, gapped up to around 69.66 is really where we opened. Yep, 69.66 and some change. And then it started to pull back. It pulled back a good little bit, pulled back as far as 69.58. So pulled back about 8 points, right? And then it came right back to, this was a gap from before, but this is not a gap because it should be, if it was all that price action back there, would have definitely filled it. But it's a gap now because now it's left from yesterday. But that gap was from a previous time. I need to update the chart. Let's see, because this now is the gap that stays in here. Okay, so I can take off the blue. Can take that off. This gap, it was filled back here by that price action, but now That was that 69. Yeah, that was the 69.40 gap from last Friday that hadn't been filled yet. Price went up and filled it Monday. I believe it was Monday. It popped up and filled it on Monday. So, excuse me. This was still left. It gapped up yesterday, pulled back a little bit, left a little bit of that gap still. Now it was a newly created gap that had been filled the previous day, now created another gap in that same spot, right? Part of it got filled yesterday. Yeah, I'm actually going to turn off VWAP so it doesn't look too congested in here. There we go. So it doesn't look as crowded. Everybody can clearly see what's happening in there. That VWAP cloud can be, I can ignore it when I'm looking at it, but when y'all looking at the screen, you probably can be like, what is going on in there? Okay, let's make it bigger. Okay, so gapped up, ran up some more. Oh, this big old monster candle. Okay, so we broke out of the opening range. Second candle broke out. You could trade the opening range breakout, which is one of the things we do each day, is trade the opening range breakout with put credit spreads. That's what we do. It ran, kind of chilled out a bit, then rans up some more. Yes, it did. Now, where I was a little concerned is I had a 1 DTE. My 1 DTE was 69.90. 69.90, and the price kept chugging away, and I almost closed it because my trading plan does say that I will close my trades when my short leg is breached, or when I do see that the potential that it won't get what it need to get. And it kept climbing and climbing, but then I kept looking like, okay, if I close it now, it was like down a couple hundred. If I close it now, I got to fight back. I got to fight to get it back. So, or get the money back. So I decided to see if there was something that was going to work on my behalf. So I was watching Gamma, watching my Gamma screen to see what was the big number on Gamma. And Gamma showed me that 69.90 was the big number, and 95 wasn't getting any bigger. So 95 was still small, 90 was big. This is stuff we talk about in the membership, by the way. So 90, I felt like would be defended. The market makers would defend 90. Basically, they would hedge around it to basically push either to hold stick there or push back down. So I held on, and then I saw this failed to up. This failed to up in addition to the Gamma. Help me now. This barely is only a little bit up higher than this previous candle, but both of these wicks up here definitely gave me some encouragement that you might be all right, sister girl. You just might be all right. So I held on. It was a little rough, but this was the 11:30 candle. So we got a lot of day left. So I'm thinking about got a lot of day left. Price does not seem like it wants to push any higher. Got a nice set of tweezers right here, which says it's really trying to come on back down. Then this candle gave me encouragement. It dropped a good bit down into the 70s, but it wasn't enough for me to get out. Wasn't enough for me to get out because it's still early enough in the day that I couldn't really get out, because the trade that I had, I could have gotten out of it. But by then I realized that I was probably going to be okay. So I actually added to it so I could increase my premiums, because I believe that strike was going to be all right. So I added to the trade, and then this dropped. Two nice little drops here. The price did run back up though. It ran down here to, I turned off VWAP, but I'm going to turn it back on real quick so you can see where it went. It went right down here to VWAP, and then it recovered VWAP, right? VWAP here, recovered VWAP, and then ran back up. So I did have another call credit spread, because while it was up here, I put on some more call credit spreads to capture some more premiums, and then it came back down and it recaptured, recovered VWAP, captured, whichever word you want to use, recovered VWAP, and the price ran back up again, back into the 85 area, and then another failed to up happened. Let me know that it went up as high as 87 again, so it went right back up there into the 90s range. Yeah, this failed to down. If somebody was trading both sides, it failed to down here. You could have put a put credit spread under here, which I don't know if I did or not. I think I might have had 60-65, which was below here. Another put credit spread could have been under here, because this failed to down gave you notice that it was going back up a bit. That would have been a put credit spread entry. Come on back up here, my 69.90 and such. Most of that was closed except for the 69.90 was still on. Or was it? I might have closed that one. No, take it back. I closed the 69.90 down here, but I also had, because I was being aggressive, I had a 69.85. I had a 69.85. That had to wait for that one. So that was the one that had to wait for it to wait for it. So everything else was closed. Price ended up dropping and falling off here, 69.78. 53. I had closed at 69.90. When the price dropped down here, I closed at 69.90. I did do that. That 69.90 got closed because that was in copy trading. And when I'm in the copy trading account, we don't fool up in there. We don't fool up. Now, I might be a little more aggressive in my stuff where it's just me, But when I'm trading for the copy traders, I don't fool up. I'm a little more conservative. Initially, I was too conservative and it was causing issues, but I'm not as conservative there as I was, but I'm still mindful, very mindful that people are trading with me and they're trusting me to not be only so aggressive with their money. So I'm trading with risk. I'm less risk averse in there than I am in my own accounts. Okay. But the copy trader account made $155 yesterday. Copy trading made $155 yesterday. Now, that was a recovery of the $70 we had lost the previous day because I was up in the same situation and I closed the trade and we ended up taking a loss, but I made some of that money back on Monday. But Monday I was at negative 70, but on Tuesday I made 155. So that way we got that money back. So we're up $80 for the week in copy trading on our 2 days. Now, today is FOMC day. Today's FOMC day. So FOMC day, we're going to stand down for the morning. Yes, I'm going to give you some guidance for those who are trading as sellers. If you're trading as buyers, it's all on you. I'm just saying that the premiums are going to be juiced this morning. Okay. It's a good thing for juiced premiums for a seller. We like it when the volatility is up, when the IV is up, because we get really good premiums. The problem with that for sellers is that we're used to getting into a trade and having the premium shrink down as the day progresses. Well, premiums don't shrink when you're in a high IV environment. Okay, so all day those premiums are going to stay juiced all day until 2 something. We're going to be like, well, why the premium's not drawing down? It's because we're going to still be in the high IV environment. All right, so the premiums are going to stay up until after the announcment, 2:30. Folks are anticipating that the rates are going to stay the same. It may end up being a nothing burger, but you don't know what it's going to be. All right, 2 o'clock, the chart going to do some fancy stuff. And then after that, we'll see what the wave is. But what we do is we wait and ride the wave. So that's what I do. Now listen. Let me just get just me. There was times in the past where I would have jumped right on in on FOMC and traded like any regular day, like a regular day. There was times in my life, in my trading life, where FOMC, stuff like these big events were like, didn't mean anything. I didn't stand down. I just was press your way. And you can press your way and get your feelings hurt. Because SPX and the market, they don't care. Okay, the market does not care. If it can snatch your coins, it will. So watching is a strategy. Watch, pay attention, write down what you see, put this in your journal so that the next time FOMC comes or something like this comes, you got data. The reason I say I can stand down during the day is because I've seen FOMCs before where you get your face snatched off. Okay, that's how I know that you could just wait. And just wait till after 2:30. There's still really good premiums after 2:30. See what you see, ride the wave into the close. All right. FOMO won't hurt you. If you miss a day of trading, it'll be all right. If you miss a few hours of trading, it'll be all right. But I could have made, yes. And you also could have lost. So that's my guidance. Do with it as you will. I'm not an investment advisor. I'm just here to help the people. I'm here to help the people, myself included. I'm here to help the people, including me. Okay. So I'm going to have to be really fantastic. The thing is, we've done it before, seen really great trade opportunities in the morning. And then you get in and you're like, this going to be good. You get in and the premiums won't draw down. And as a seller, we need those premiums to draw down, because if you're trying to say, I'm going to get in the morning and I want to get out before the announcement, because we've done that before. If you're going to get in, get out before the announcement. Like I want to get out before but the premiums haven't drawn down any. And you get to announcement time and you basically don't make $10 or $15 and you're like, well, shoot, it's a good trade and it might be fine, but am I willing to risk it just in case the market runs in one direction or the other and runs right through my trade? Am I willing to risk it? And when you answer that question, you're like, wow, I don't have any reason to risk it. I literally could just wait. You could just wait. Just wait. Okay. So again, up to you. Up to you. I'm just offering you 4, 5, 6 years of experience. Just wait. All right. Just wait. Just wait. Okay. So let me go back to what's on my screen, because I'm already late to the party. And now I got to make sure I cover all my territory in a reasonable time. Okay. So the VIX is at 1650. This morning, that's where the VIX is right now, 16.5, okay? Yahoo Finance, anything interesting here? Amazon plans to cut 16,000 jobs, amid AI competition surge. U.S. stock futures rise with the Fed and Mag 7 earnings on deck. Yeah, we got some earnings coming up this evening, right? Fed expected to hold the rates. What comes next is the question. Now, what's going to be interesting? Everybody said the Fed's expected to hold their rates. If the Feds come out and don't hold them, ooh-wee, that's going to be good. But they probably will hold them. Starbucks jumps as U.S. sales rise for the first time in 2 years. Dollar sinks. Oh, my goodness. The dollar dropped yesterday. Anybody was watching or reading anything on Twitter? If you watch Twitter at all, you would have noticed somebody mentioning about that dollar falling. And gold popping. Gold hits a record above 52.80 after Trump's dollar comments. The gold ran, boy, it dropped the other day. Gold and silver dropped on Monday, but can you say recovery? Yes. Eli Lilly signed a $1.12 billion deal with a private gene editing firm. Seamless? Gene editing. What is we doing? What? There's a U.S. FDA places clinical hold on Regenex Bio's gene therapy trials. Y'all better watch it. This is the stuff they talk about in the Bible. Oil hits a fresh 4-month high as Trump warns Iran to make a deal. Let's make a deal. Okay. CNBC, I think that's what's next on my next screen if it fills in. Yep. The pre-market, everything is up except the Dow. Dow is down 39. All right. S&P 500 futures climb ahead of Fed decision, major tech earnings. Let's see what's over in Europe. Europe is all red. Over there, European chip stocks rally after ASML earnings. LVMH fails. Okay, let's see what Asia has. Asia's all green except for the ASX 200. South Korea's Kospi hits record high for second straight session as the region trades mixed. Crypto is all green over there, baby. Bitcoin is over 90,000 again. Over 90,000. All right. Let's see what's on our list of meetings for today. I believe the main thing we have, of course, is the FOMC stuff that's happening at 2 and 2:30. That's coming. The statement comes at 2. The press conference comes at 2:30. All right. 10:30, we do have crude oil inventories, which is really more of an orange folder, but it kind of pales in comparison to the FOMC stuff. It's like that's a blip when it's on the same day as FOMC. It's like crude oil. What is that? Who needs our oil? Who cares about our oil? See here on investing.com, they've got crude oil as 3 stars. So it is a volatility creator, but again, in comparison to the Fed rate, it's kind of pales, but there it is. 230 is what that is. Okay. Let's go to look at the earnings. See what earnings we have coming up. I want this day, I believe. I could look on that day there. Wednesday, which is today. ASML was this morning. GE, Vernova, AT&T, Amphenol, Corning, General Dynamics, Progressive, VF Corporation, Starbucks, and ADP. After close today. Ding, 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 ding. After close today. Microsoft, Meta, Tesla, all of them are reporting after the market closes today. Okay. If you swing in something, don't. Especially if you swing at SPX. Okay. Y'all make sure y'all remind me in our group. We're not swinging SPX today because Microsoft and Meta are bigger parts of that. Tesla, they're all in the S&P 500. We might swing some IWM if we swing anything, but if we do a 1DT or anything, it may be those. Okay. Some other things here, Waste Management, IBM. Tomorrow morning, we got MasterCard, Caterpillar. Those are Blackstone Group. Those are all tomorrow morning. Okay. And then Apple and Visa is tomorrow afternoon, Thursday afternoon. All righty. All righty. There's that. Okay. Let's go see what Adam had to say this morning. Add to the stage. Adam had to say, incredible 125-point run from Sunday, 68.81 failed breakdown, given live and in the newsletter. Yesterday's targets given were 69.77, 69.84, and 69.92. All were hit. Now, yesterday, 69.84. We never got to 69.92 during our session. It must have gone into the ES because Adam gives us ES numbers and then we translate them to SPX. So the 69.92 had to happen after market was closed. Okay. All were hits. Bonus was 7,003 in, he says, ES. We haven't been up there just yet on SPX. Okay. Plan today. Just let your runners pay. 69.87 is the support. 69.72. Those are supports. You want to watch your traps. 69.87, 69.72. Put those on your charts. Put those on your charts. Okay. 69.87, 69.72 are supports. Your sale, if it gets below 69.65, 7,006, 7,014, 7,030 is next up. If we're going up some more, that's where up will be. Okay. If you're going up some more, that's where up is going to be. All righty. Okay. So that's what we got on Adam. Let's go back to the charts. Oh, before I go there, though, I want to add this back to the stage. I was mentioning a little bit about my Trade of the Day video that I recorded yesterday. Trade of the Day video, January 27th was yesterday. Go over and check out the video. Y'all go check out the video I created, Trade of the Day. January 27th, I talked about yesterday a little bit what I did. 1DTE stuff is included in there. I incorporated some talk about gamma, how we use gamma during the day to help give us some guidance, give us some confirmation, help us to stay in our trades a little bit longer or to exit our trades if we need to. Yesterday it gave confirmation to stay, but some days gamma gives you the exit slip. It says, okay, I just shifted. You need to shift too. Right this way, right this way, right this way. That's what sometimes gamma will tell you. It's time to go, Chica. That's what gamma will tell you sometimes. Sometimes it'll tell you you can stay, hang around a little bit, have a coffee. Sometimes it'll do that. Just rest a while. Give it a minute. Sometimes it'll say, it's time to go, girl. That's what it'll do. All right. Let's go look. See what's going on. Let's see what's going on in the pre-market. Okay, so I need to get this to extended. Okay, let's get us to the extended times. I'm gonna turn off VWAP so we don't get that all confused. Okay, so here we go. I'm on the 30-minute chart. SPY closed yesterday at 695.55. It's currently at 697. 697. Let's see how did SPY close on the day? It closed as a 2 up on the day, and then it kept on popping. 697, right around 697 is where it is right now. This is not, is this all-time high for SPY? Yep, I think that puts SPX is at all-time high. So SPY is too. 697 is where it currently is, and bumping over there, looking above, like it's going to poke its head up and look around. We'll see what happens after that. A gap was left, though, so we're going to mark our gap. A gap was left down here, and SPX will need to come back and get it. Come back and get it. Is that the right color? Yes, it is. This gap down here was filled. As you can see, this one down here got filled by, what was this, Monday's price action? That gap was filled. So there we are. Now it closed yesterday. This is yesterday. Yeah, it closed yesterday at the same place at a previous week's open. This was a previous week's open. You can put this here. That was a previous week's open. Previous week open. Put that there. That way in the future, when I come back to this chart, I'll know what that line is, because I put stuff on the chart and then I forget what it was. Like, what was that? Okay, now it's jumped across there, but current price on SPY is 696.81 in the pre-market. Let's go back to a smaller time frame so we can see what is going on. Okay. Right, that's where SPY is right now. It's going to gap up at this point. We'll see what happens once the market opens. If it comes back down to fill its gap, which most of these indices like to do that. They like to fill their gap before they keep going. All right, this is Triple Q. Triple Q closed yesterday at 631, and it's currently at 635.81. All right, let's go to the daily chart, see what Triple Q did on the day. Also, just like SPY, it had a two up yesterday. Definitely is trending. Triple Q is trending. Right? It closed the gap from way back. It closed the gap from November the 3rd. There was a gap back here, and yesterday's price action closed that gap. Y'all see that? It closed the gap and pulled back. A lot of times, a gap will provide support or resistance, depending on the location. The edges of a gap will provide resistance. You see Triple Q ran up there, closed the top of that gap at 632, and then pulled back and actually closed the day at 631 and some change. So I can take this gap off of the chart because it has been filled, baby. Okay. It has been filled. Previous day. I put previous week on that SPY chart. That should have been previous day. Let me go back and fix that. That was not a weekly thing. That was a daily. Let's go. I'm gonna go fix this because previous day open. I hope I can see that. Yes. Okay. That was a daily open, not a weekly. All right. Now we're here. Okay, Triple Q. Go back where we were. There's a lot of stuff on this hit chart. Okay. Close that gap I just mentioned. There's some resistance up here in the zone. Some daily resistance up here. I'm going to put SR because price could definitely be past it, which it is. As the kids say, and is. Price is a little bit past it right now. But it's in the area. It's got a zone. It's in the zone of some support or resistance. Actually, it goes up as high as 637. And the current price is at 635. So it's in the zone of this little resistance area. We'll see how Triple Q operates up here. You see, I'm not sure if y'all can see this, but all of this area up here, this is where price has been here before. Price has been here before. It went up as high. Oh, come on. It went up as high as this. Went up as high as this candle, which is 637.01. It's gone up as high as the 637.01 before It didn't stay up here. If you're looking back left, look back left. It came up here before. We'll see how it functions while it's up here this time. But this is an area where it's been before. Okay. But for now, it's gapped up. Current price is 635.72. You have to see what happens once the market gets open. Once the market is open, what does it do when the market is open? We have to see what, depending on what is said today, the FOMC, it's going to determine whether the market tries to keep pushing or whether it pulls back. That's why we trade what we see. That's why we trade what we see. Looks like price on triple Q is in this whole zone now that I just marked. It is in that zone right now. See what happens while it's up here. It's been up here before. Let's see what it does while it's here. Okay, let's go check out IWM. IWM currently at 265.44, closed yesterday at 264.71. Let's look at it on the daily chart. What time are we at? 9:08. I'm doing good. I got a few more minutes. Okay, it closed yesterday, like I said, at 264.73, currently at 265.42, so up about 70 cents from yesterday's close. It's a gap above us. It's kind of in the zone. This is a failed 2 down yesterday. Failed 2 down on the daily is a bullish move. It's a bullish setup, if you want to call it that. This is more of a bullish inclination. Means that the seller stepped in, pushed it down into almost filling this gap down here. Let me adjust this gap down here that got almost filled, almost all the way. Left a little bit down there, but not all the way. There we go. I want y'all to be able to see it. Almost all the way filled, but not quite. Okay, it's a little bit left down here in the 262 area. Price dropped and got most of it and then recovered. The buyer stepped back in, pushed it back up, left most of the bulk of the price action is up here at the top. It turned green, pushed up a little bit and pulled back some. But this is a bullish, this failed 2 down is a bullish move, which maybe why price is at 265.41 right now. Now, price has been, as IWM has been up as high as, what's this, 270, as high as 271.60 in the last week. This was last Thursday, right? So it's been up in the 271 area since last Friday. It was there last Friday. So it can run on back up there. It can run right back up there, right? So let me see if I can let me see what the week looks like. That's a broadening formation right there. The week, it's still inside on the week. So inside week means it can bounce between these two until it breaks out of there. Basically, you kind of have no direction on what it's doing until it breaks out. Let me look at the 4-hour, but I need it on the regular time frame. Regular trading hours. Yep, it's a 3-2. Stop it. There we go. 3-2 on the 4-hour. Basically another failed, almost like a failed 2 down almost, but it was a 3 because it's outside of both of these candles. This is a 2 up. Entry being the top of this candle. It can't keep it rocking. And it did. It kept going because we're currently at 265. I always say we, like I'm in there. I'm not in there. I'm not in there. I'm here. I'm trading. I'm watching. I'm trading. Okay. IWM at 265.50. All righty. All righty. Turn this back to extended for now. It's up a little bit in the pre-market. That's the point I wanted to make with that. Up about 70 cents in the pre-market. And looks like it would like to keep going a little bit more. Okay. Those are the 3. Let's go back real quick to SPX 500 and then we will land the plane. SPX 500 currently at 69.90. That's rare. It was dancing yesterday that I didn't want it to go. And then it finally came back down. Thank you, Jesus, and closed at 69.78. So SPX is currently going to gap up about 12 points from yesterday's close if it hangs around here. We're about 15 minutes, 17 minutes, 18 minutes from the open. And there's that. Okay. So all the kind of stuff you hear me going through, all this stuff you hear me talking about is stuff that we do and talk about inside of the membership. This is the kind of stuff I teach. Well, of course, we go much more in depth. We talk gamma. We talk how to use VWAP. How do we use our indicators? How do we look at these candles? What does a failed two down or a failed two up mean? What's a 3? What's a 1? All those things get talked about and used together to make sure that we are growing and learning and becoming master traders. How do we size? How are we doing our risk management? Our risk management challenge is, baby. Yes, we're doing wonderful with that risk management at this point, because that's our final frontier. That's the final frontier. Yes, sir. When you get that risk management under control, ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Hey, you're going to be on the move. All right. So that all happens inside the membership. If you want to join us there, you definitely can join us. www.e2t.trading. You can join us in the membership, right? And a copy trading. If that's something that interests you, you can come on and join us in copy trading. You can do both, right? You can do both. You can do neither. You can do either. You can do all, right? Copy trading. Basically, I do the work and you enjoy the proceeds. peakbot.com/educator2trader. Okay. Literally hundreds of people. I'm not even exaggerating. Hundreds of people are copy trading. I'm not exaggerating. Promise you. Okay. Making money passively. That's the epitome of passive income. You do nothing but put your money in the bank and nothing. I do the work. You just reap the benefit of the education and training and experience and skill that I have gained over the course of the time. Okay. I think that was all. Oh, let's go. We got to go to our declaration. And then we can let the market open. All right. I will encourage you yet again. It's FOMC day. I've said a lot of stuff, but watch. And if you're going to trade something, definitely trade small, trade light, and trade quick. Because you don't want to be in the market right when that announcement comes out. Give it a minute. Let the announcement, let the price do its thing, and then grab your coins and go. All righty. Premiums will be juiced up today. If you're a buyer, you're going to buy high. If you're a seller, you're going to sell high, but you're going to have a hard time getting it to buy back low. All right. Because the premiums are going to stay high. Trader's declaration. I declare I'm a great trader, a successful trader, and a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses and my account is growing steadily. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I have a strategy that I use for my trades. I don't randomly place trades. I'm a level-headed trader who trades my plan and not my emotions. Lord, it is you who gives us the power to get wealth. Help us today to trade our strategy with wisdom and knowledge. Allow us to prosper enough to have what we need and enough to bless others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, and amen. All righty. Okay, everybody. It's been wonderful hanging out with you all today. All right, we're going to go into the market and watch a little bit, see what it has to offer us, right? See what there is to give. And we're going to stay green. We're going to stay green. And we're going to get this money. All right. I will see you all in the market. Bye-bye, everyone.